Good morning, friends. So our first video is going to be about bulletproof coffee. I know that's been going around, the fad of having butter in your coffee. We've been doing it for a few years. I like it. And Mike's gonna make a couple cups for us this morning. So enjoy.
Okay, so we're gonna make some bulletproof coffee today. We've got our blender here, our already brewed coffee. Just do whatever you normally do for brewing. We use the normal coffee machine. Some people like a press. We use the organic San Francisco Rainforest blend from Costco. Got our cups. This is something a lot of people don't do with their bulletproof, but we do, and it's a good way to get some gelatin into our diets. It's really good for skin and hair and joints and basically anything that's got collagen in your body in it. And you can't even tell it's in there. It makes it a little more frothy, but no flavor.
Where do we buy it from, honey?
We buy it from Amazon. And we've got Kerrygold butter and ghee. I can't do dairy very well, so I do the ghee, and Carol does the butter. And our MCT is going to be coconut oil, which is an MCT. So let's get started. Well, the first thing we're going to do is put the gelatin in our cups. I've already added a little bit of water because you're going to want to bloom the gelatin for a minute. And we're going to put a spoonful of gelatin in each cup. This stuff is great. And you won't be able to taste it at all in here. So stir it around a little bit and let it sit for just a few seconds. It'll start thickening up and kind of turns almost into a little bit of a paste, and that's the blooming process. And then I'm going to pour, kind of as a measurement, I'm going to pour some coffee into each cup and then stir the gelatin with. I'm not going to fill the cups all the way because it's going to get really frothy and you'll end up with too much, and you'll see that. So kind of stir it to mix the gelatin in. Okay, now we're going to get our coconut oil and butter ready. So I believe on the recipe there's a measurement for how much to put in.
We don't measure.
We just kind of eyeball it. So put a nice dollop of coconut oil in there, and I'll do mine first with the ghee, so that I don't accidentally mix some butter in.
What is ghee, dear?
So ghee is basically, it's just clarified butter, and that clarification process removes all the residual proteins that are still left in butter, so you're left with just pure fat. And it's not exactly the same as butter, but tastes really close. The texture's not quite the same, but it works really great if you can't have butter.
Tastes just like it too. I've had it before and it's so good.
So nice amount of
Fat.
ghee or butter. Yeah, so this is getting some really good fats into our systems early in the morning. Okay, so we'll take and we'll pour in the coffee into our blender. And we'll just blend for a few seconds. It's going to get really loud. You can see we got a nice even consistency, even color through the whole thing. And then the gelatin's made it a little bit extra frothy than if you don't put the gelatin in. It's kind of a nice side benefit.
So good too. Tastes just like a latte. Yum.
And then we'll see how much kind of foamy head it has. We'll add a little coffee later on before we start drinking it to fill the cup the rest of the way. But if you start with a full cup, you're gonna end up with too much. Okay, so now we'll do the second one. Get some more coconut oil.
Oh, and you know, another thing we do during the holidays, you can also add peppermint oil, and it tastes just like a peppermint mocha without the milk and the sugar.
So we use the Kerrygold grass-fed. If at all possible, use grass-fed butter. Anything beef related, you want grass-fed. And definitely no margarine.
No.
So we'll put a nice amount of butter in here. And maybe a tiny bit more.
Can't have enough fat. Well, good fat.
Okay. And then we'll just continue the same process with this one. Pour the coffee in. And blend. See how that one almost overfilled? I did start with a full cup.
And you can even put cinnamon on it too.
Yeah, which I forgot
like you normally do. You can.
I forgot to get the cinnamon ready, but a lot of times we'll sprinkle. Most of the time we'll sprinkle some cinnamon over the top too. So now I'll fill these the rest of the way up. See how thick this one got?
And I swear, these things taste just like a latte. Better than Starbucks. Really better.
And there we have it.
Bulletproof coffee.